Hey, good morning, First Christian Church, and all of you in West Point. It's a little breezy out here today, so I'm kind of standing forward on the camera a little bit. I have my foot placed on one of the legs so that it doesn't do this or fall over, and I'd have to start all over again. I am standing in front of West Point Country Club, and it's a beautiful course. I played here just a few weeks ago. Some of you who have been out here since I've been here, you may have found some golf balls with 3 black dots on them, and those are mine. And I kind of lost quite a few. But anyway, there's a reason why I'm saying this here is because next Saturday there's going to be a men's golf tournament right here, November the 11th at 9 o'clock. It's $35 per guy. So that includes 18 holes and a cart. All right, so next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday is when we're going to have the tournament. Also, don't forget that tonight at 7 o'clock is the His Glory meeting in the fellowship hall. Make sure you're there for that. And there is going to be a congregational meeting this Sunday afterwards. We talked about at the board meeting, we're trying to pass an amendment to our bylaws, and so we need you there to vote on it. So make sure that you are there that day, please. That'll be this Sunday. We're having that vote. Kind of titled, my thing, have we learned? And, and sometimes it just seems that we haven't learned our lesson. We keep repeating the past. We keep repeating things over and over again, and then there's punishment, and then there's redemption, and then we go back and do the same things over again, and it's like, when are we going to learn? Well, I like the Old Testament. I like learning about the Old Testament. I like studying the Old Testament, and there was a huge, long period of time where they were in Jerusalem, they were in Israel, and then he kept warning them, hey, I'm going to take you away. You're going to be gone in exile for 70 years. You're going to come back. And they finally did come back, and they were back in Jerusalem. They were back in the Holy Land. And Nehemiah the prophet came back, and he was talking with them. And he says this. He goes, in those days I saw men in Judah treading wine presses on the Sabbath and bringing in grain and loading it on donkeys together with wine and grapes, figs, and all kinds of loads. And then they were bringing in all into Jerusalem on the Sabbath. Therefore I warned them against selling on that day. Men from Tyre who lived in Jerusalem were bringing in fish and all kinds of merchandise and selling them in Jerusalem on the Sabbath to the people of Judah. This is one of those things that they were learning against back then. He goes, no, the Sabbath is to be holy. Don't work on the Sabbath. It's the day that you're supposed to worship God. And Nehemiah comes back after they've been gone for 70 years, and life is resuming back in, and they were growing and everything. And he's looking around and seeing what they did before happening again. Then it goes on, it says this in verse 17. I rebuked the nobles of Judah and said to them, what is this wicked thing that you are doing, desecrating the Sabbath day? Didn't your forefathers do the same thing so that our God brought all this calamity upon us and upon this city? Now you are stirring up more wrath against Israel by desecrating the Sabbath. We do the same thing. We have our time, and we struggle with our sins, and then we ask for forgiveness. There's punishment, there's redemption, and then we go back, and then all of a sudden we go through that vicious cycle again. What about in church? We used to be doing all of this, and then we went through that, and we got through that, and I'm not saying things are bad, but I'm just saying we got to make sure that we don't do the things that they used to do in the past. We got to keep moving forward. You and I, we both need to just keep moving forward. Learn from the past. Don't do it. So that we don't desecrate him. Have you learned? Has the children of God learned? Have all the churches learned? I guess only time will tell. All right, I love you guys. Stay warm, and I will see you Sunday. All right, have a great day, everybody.